So it's been brought to my attention that I just open every video with all right. So I'm gonna try not to do that. I'm a big fan of the cold open though. But anyway, we've got DavidCole and Vontz squaring off here. It's not a mirror match, thankfully, but it is both mill, and that's not great for commentating. I'll do my best to keep this interesting. We're gonna see um, Vontz take his battlefield to start off, and that's going to be pretty painful for David, considering he wants to get that astrogation card, but he also wants to not lose a card in the process. So astrogation isn't actually doing anything useful for him right off the rip here. Now, what David does have is the ability to chew deck like no other. Problem for him is going to be Lore's power action and if R2D2 pops up. So there's a few critical cards in this matchup. For Vontz, it's all about R2D2. If he can get R2D2 down and Lore rolls somewhat decently, then it's kind of a monster situation for him. David basically has no way that he can interact with R2D2. And he does have two of them in the deck, but if you're gonna, it doesn't even matter for those purposes because David does not have Flames of the Past in his deck. There's some dead cards for both. There is Field Medics in both. The Force Jumps aren't particularly useful. The EMP is of questionable usefulness. We're going to probably see it be played here just to get rid of that dive for free. And the resistance ring stuff is going to be interesting. The only useful thing for either player that it can really pull out is those no answers. But what it comes down to is Yoda has a much more reliable resistance ring off the rip. But Lore can play around resistance ring much more effectively. We'll see if he puts down this Lore Hunter. Lore Hunter will chew. It will offset that astrogation cost. Or I should say the occupied city cost. He forgets his astrogation trigger. Wonder if he remembers it here. Yeah, no astrogation. Wonder if he's tired. All right, so hard muscle. I don't agree with playing that. It's not actually that effective here. I mean, I see why. Like, you just can rip the two discard side off of it. This Lord does have a bit of a problem late game trying to clear hand. There goes one R2D2. Probably going to chunk that no answer. Wonder if he bothers to play the Pacify just to keep a hold of his easy pickings. I think playing the Pacify into that Yoda discard is good here. Just to protect the easy pickings. Because easy pickings is pretty critical on Yoda rollout. Definitely doesn't want to give him Pacify. I wonder why to give him Guile over Pacify. It's not like that deck's going to have much to think about. or much difficulty getting money even. Yeah, sure. Why not? I think here David just has to claim. I mean, pitching a card to reroll is not great. I certainly don't think. Oh, he passed. I don't know why he passed. That's weird. That's weird. Like nobody's pitching a reroll here. There's enough focus. There's enough auto turn. There's enough specials and stuff all across the board. I don't know why he would pass, knowing that he's just going to claim. Nothing particularly useful in hand for David or Vontz, aside from the easy pickings and the Niman Mastery. We'll probably see Niman Mastery come down on Yoda. You flip one of these Leia dice to that 2 discard. Although he'd be better served by just power actioning Leia first here. He knows he's got a Beguile in hand. You don't want to set everything up. I remember, is that astrogation? So I can check it. Yeah, it's any upgrade. I think Beguile would have been better there. But hey, not my game, and I'm not in the finals, so who am I to judge? And rolling out Yoda with a 2 focus on Leia is some risky, risky business. Just rolling into easy pickings. Doesn't get hit by it here. We'll probably see that Niman go away. These 2 lore dice. Just stripping options. You know what? I may not get my focus. You don't get yours either. You want to reroll? I'll let you reroll. Boss says, I'm pretty sure I can take enough cards away from you to make this painful. With this Anakin's Pod Racer C3PO combo. All he needs to do is hit that 50% on Anakin, flip around that Pod Racer, and Pod Racer will probably eat a hidden motive. But then 3PO gets to roll out after that, and maybe move some stuff around. Flip it around, take a buck, walk in the next round with an extra money. These cards are getting dropped out of decks fast and furious. Lore is stemming the bleeding. Do a deck count right quick. 13. You can't re-roll for just one Yoda die. Yoda's already on discard, so it's fine. Just resolve that. The only method of interaction with Anakin's Pod Racer here is that hidden motive. if the pod racer gets cleared by hidden motive, it's a really feel good round for David. If he can't get rid of it, then it's a problem. Things start getting real dicey. Even with that money, with that good money roll, and 3PO on focus, that's a higher muscle to discard anyway, so you know, doesn't feel great. It'll take 2 money and then I'll do the hired muscle thing. Take 2 cards out of your deck, no problem. And I get to walk into money, which is exactly where he wants to be. Or he could just play this Vandalize on Lore Hunter. That would be interesting. What that does is it sacrifices the Vandalize, turns that into the Lore Hunted thing, and he's got a better chance of drawing up his R2D2 because he has 3 spots. Yeah, that's what he went with. Does not get his R2D2, does get a bartering. Doubt he'll play it into the occupied city though. And the scrap heap, far too late to be useful. And realistically, 1 method of interaction with 1 beguile for David this round, and no way to get his astrogation. So if Leia continues to roll hot, he's still in the game. But an easy pickings in this round, I think, would completely settle it in Vontz's favor. That's. I wonder if David will roll out Yoda here, which would be a mistake, I believe. I forgot about automated defense. That's resistance rainable. Okay. Vontz doing the math on whether or not he can get away with playing this bartering. Also doing the math on, how much exactly does he need to remove? Can he just boost up this 1 discard on lore? I think he could. We'll see this automated defense come down on the special, which will, at that point, I think it's almost certainly a reroll. You can't even lay a power action effectively from this. Keep the 1 discard. I don't agree with that. And here comes the easy pickings. You're rolling a bunch of dice with shared sides into 0 yellow. Feels rough. Loses the bartering. Doesn't get what he wants. Got a lot of avenues he can take here. Can't hit both beguiles with this 1 discard, so. And at that point, I think he just resolved that disrupt. Checking the discard pile. I think. Looks like. Yes, just did a new update. So. If it still pops up with who's searching what. Yep. Looking, he's looking. Says, you know what? I bet you have at least one beguile. You get rid of that card, disrupt your dollar. That pushes David out of relevance for the round. Anakin, gonna move one of these 3PO dice to focus. Lore power action still not used. I would expect that he rolls out the hired muscle, uses lore power action, and then discards 3. Or he might just focus to money and go from there. But I think he would re-roll. Too much value to be gained off of lore and C3 die. And you want another bite at that $1 apple. So. Just give me a thing. You choose what thing I get, but I'm getting a thing. Bartering, the obvious choice there. And we'll see Field Medic get discarded almost certainly. Especially if he hits a lot of money here, he could play the clever distraction. Well, I guess he could just focus. That's a good hired muscle roll. I may discard there. I may have discarded there. Reroll. He wants the going for the jugular here. Give me all 3 cards in your hand. Probably gonna pat himself on the back real quick for playing around Beguile. And at end of round, that is 13 cards to 12. And there's methods of interaction here. He's got 2 disciplined mind. He can get rid of that Anakin pod racer die and the hired muscle die if need be, but that's it. I don't think he would no questions asked. It'd be weird. Weird thing to do. That's what he wants to see. Double focus plus the discard. And David does not realize, I don't think, danger off of that card. He's going to lose 2 cards out of for it. And if it happens to be his method of interaction, things get real hairy moving forward with that one, with that 2 focus showing. And there's one method. And it was the worst one. It still gets to his disciplined mind. I don't know if I would use it on that. I think you just use it on the pod racer rollout. Unless both no answers are in here. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. He's not going to walk himself into no off of. But these cards are a coming. Even if Discipline Line goes on that pod racer, that higher muscle's still going to roll out, and there is still a focus and a money available. It does not matter what Yoda rolls here. It'd be real weird. Real weird. I think playing the automated defense here is fine. Yeah. So, you know, you're being relegated to uselessness unless you want to pitch a card and reroll. And you Just needs a special. Do what he wants to do. I just don't know if what he wants to do is actually good enough. Special, that'll be one off a deck. $1 for good measure. But I think just resolving that shield for the discard, maybe? Nah, doesn't make sense. These go max value. EMP definitely going in hand. That's just +1 health every round for. Not too worried about that pod racer. Trying to protect his clever distraction, actually, it looks like. Discipline line must be played on that. Yeah, hired muscle is now irrelevant, but clever distraction in the mix. It's gone though. It's gone. So we'll probably see a claim here. There's absolutely nothing else he can do. And occupied city into astrogation, dead board. Feels pretty good. Especially only 2 and 3 cards left in deck. Effective. Searching for that R2D2 coming up empty and double blanks to boot. Not a great feeling. That's most of the work right there with that 2 side. He might just think he's gambling on those Yoda specials. He's trying to clear it out the hard way. I definitely don't think losing a card off the top of his deck good here. Yes, Resistance Ring does get rid of another one. That's a lot of the work, but now all it takes is a Pod Racer Resolution at all to get rid of the top card of your deck, the last card of your deck. That leaves you 4 in hand, plenty of focus, and a hired muscle on board. I take back everything bad I said about the hired muscle earlier. That thing is going to do some serious work this round. Should be looking through opponent's discard pile. Sees, you know what? I don't see that second EMP probably in your hand or on the top of your deck, so let's get rid of it. Just boom. Now I know EMP is in your hand. I'm holding a Beguile. I can get rid of this resistance ring. We're not going to fuck around with it. Or Leia. Leia dice, probably, actually. And that's a hot serving of nothing coming up for David. A good roll there might actually have given him options to continue forward, but having to lose a card to a reroll, brutal. We'll see Laura get flipped to 2 discard sides. Nope, he's going for the Mega Focus. I don't think that was necessary because you still have Anakin. You can roll out and flip 3PO, the single focus. So I think going double discard there is probably better. The only thing you're really searching for here at this point is discard side. The money is irrelevant once the guile gets played. You only get $1, and it's not difficult to find. Anakin. Guess the double focus off of Lord does secure it. But knowing content of opponent's hand, you know he's got an EMP in there. You look again, you see Pacify, and that double discard, that double focus side doesn't do what you want it to do. I think going for the discard's better. Anakin has 66 of either rolling money or discard himself, and either one does really good things for you. Definitely agree with David, just taking his 2 discard as he finds it there. The Guile still in hand. Lore's power action still on the table. I am running out of things to say about this match. Indirect, totally irrelevant. I'm not sure why David keeps passing. I mean, the decision is pacify Lore or not. And I think that decision is a resounding yes. Although what Anakin can do in general here, it may not even matter at all. Anakin can roll out, flip 3PO. So I think we'll probably see an automated defense here. Oh. Oh no. And Anakin can roll out, flip 3PO to focus over to the discard, and that's the game. I don't know how many times Vontz is going to check the goddamn discard pile in one round. The way forward is clear. Anakin rolls the discard naturally. Going on to game 2. I don't know if he keeps scrap heap. Probably would. I probably would not keep clever distraction though. But Vontz gets the one thing in the whole world that he wants in his opening hand. That is an R2D2 that cannot be interacted with. And the die itself hardly even matters. Now 3PO goes nuts. Now 3PO goes nuts, and it's on Laura's discard side right off the rip. Going to pay dividends immediately. And as expected, Vontz is losing grip at deck here. He's going to lose a grip more, especially since he can only clear one character die. But does he just not want to sacrifice the card to R2-D2? I mean, maybe you do this now and force opponent to play around no answer, but DavidCole hasn't really been playing around much this match. I don't know if he even discards Beguile here. I'm just going to raw dog it. Now R2-D2 has to get played here. I would be very disappointed if R2-D2 does not. Oh my god. Just sacrifice the card. Oh. Vontz, it's one card. That R2-D2 is going to be incredibly useful all game long. Especially since you just saw two EMPs hit the table. Holy shit. He opts for the muscle. This is mind-boggling. And mind-blowing. Well, that's a thing. You are losing that R2-D2. God only knows where this game goes from here. I mean, that R2-D2 is gone forever, right? You're never getting that. You'll get it. You'll get a bartering. Okay, so you'll lose a card for a bartering. You're okay with that? But not for the R2-D2. What the hell, Vontz? I'm very confused. No upgrades yet for David, but Vontz does get his pod racer. I would assume he plays that. Gonna go for this 3PO boost again. Does not hit it. But with that pod racer, that could be 3 cards for me. Granted, no questions asked is still in the mix. And rolling into easy pickings again. Getting punished for it. Has to discard, representing 3 cards gone, dice on table, and whiffing. I don't even think he can afford to throw 1 more card away on it. I also don't think he feels good about handing. The automated defense get played on the Leia. Pretty sure. And no questions asked. Beguile game for DavidCole moving forward. Let's take complete stock of things. I want to resolve one of those dice. Not look like it. David playing cool as a cucumber. I think he'd do well to switch the bartering. The odd racer right here. That double focus. And no questions asked is the move here. I think Beguile go horribly, horribly wrong. Because that 3PO is going to go over to focus on the Anakin rollout. And just going to have to pacify it anyway. I think no questions asked just to get rid of all 3 dice would have been the way to go. You know what? The money is almost irrelevant here. I need to solidify the lead that I already have and go from there. It is 13 to 20 right. Just going to let him have 2 cards in hand. Is he going to play the damn R2D2? Oh, loses the no answer he just drew. That's a feel bad situation. Hey, it took a while to get there, but R2D2 is on the scene. Giving them easy pickings instead of pacify. I mean, at that point, you just I don't know why you didn't roll R2 out. Like, may as well. Even disrupt's fine. I hope he doesn't ask me. Because I'm going to say no. Word state shenanigans. All right. Not getting what he wants off of this Lord roll. David actually has a pretty good hand situation. Not as best as you could hope for. Hand him the Anakin's pod racer, certainly. And it's a fight over this pod racer die that represents 3 cards gone off of a C3PO roll. Not get easy picked. But Vontz has priority here. He has initiative. I don't know why he doesn't focus. I think focusing to 2 focus would have been pretty decent. Then you're forcing Vontz to or David to get rid of both dice at once, which you can only do with a beguile or no questions asked. But almost certainly that's going to get pacified. That count is 4 to 16. Uphill. Very uphill. Question is, can he maneuver David into no answer situation? I think he has the capability. Changing that to a special would not have been terrible. Get everything in your hand out from underneath. Clever distraction. Playing no answer for 1 discard. Kind of weird. Ooh. Thinking about walking in. Very well. Don't care about your money. Get rid of it. fills his hand. Lucky hit there, but hidden motive. Not that hidden motive is great against the hired muscle, but you can't just lose 3 cards on a whim here. Gotta at least fight for it. And you can hidden motive the 3PO focus. Oh, giving it up. Well, good thing you did, because double focus on 3PO. Irrelevant. Oh, and that's a no answer coming. The focus to discard to no answer. The 3 more off the top of the deck. Didn't even change the 3PO to money. I don't care about money. I think that's all the interaction out of DavidCole's deck, honestly. Is he going to play the clever distraction? Looks like it. Okay. That is going to be 5 in hand, 3 in deck. Lore Sand power action coming up. Don't think what he pulls is relevant, but usefulness is usefulness. He does have 2 Beguile to take care of Leia's 2 sides. Probably no answer here. Clever, no answer. Clever, resistance ring. Wouldn't be the worst. It doesn't have no ring in there. I think clever, no answer is the way to be. Especially if you want to get the no answers out of your discard. Although I guess David has them in. I think Pacify is the clear winner here. Actually, no, it might not be. It might just have to be Clever Distraction. Giving him a Pacify, clearing cards out of hand is going to be really hard with Leia. That is 1 card left in the deck versus 3. Basically no interaction here for David. I think whether he should lore hunter his own deck, it looks like. And I don't know. I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure you can lure Hunter with 1. Alright. Does not want a scrap heap money, apparently. Not that it really matters. Dial hitting the boom. We'll see a Nimmin get played here. Flip that over to 2 discard, I'm sure. He has to know he's got no pacify in his hand. So that's gone. Now we can take 2 cards out of hand with Yoda's dice here. Can't stop literally anything Vontz is going to do. Problem is, Vontz really hit that deck. Gonna have to go into another round, but in a double mill situation, Lore's the winner. Like, it's pretty much impossible to lose. If you're both milled out, Lore wins. You play the resistance ring? I don't think he should. I mean, I guess he could always Lore power action, regardless. So yeah, resistance ring's fine here. Another focus. Play no answer. I don't see a problem with it. Okay. Doesn't have to make the decision regardless. Gets the natural. I think that's going to be 2 discard, 1 off the deck. The rest of DavidCole's hand not going to be a problem for Vontz. Especially if he can get that resistance maneuver thing. Such a dial. There I get. Move that Nimin to shield and get rid of you. Focus. All the same. Vontz being rude, re-rolling his opponent's die. Unsure why he didn't 3PO. Certainly gonna 3PO that though. No reason to leave money on the table. This good lord. Yeah. Another pass from David. I think, yeah, you can't do the clever distraction here. What can he pull with Lore? I don't want to look in there and what I'm paying attention. I think there's a way to maneuver things to no answer situation, but could maneuver things to take 1 more card by forcing David to draw 1 with bartering. Simultaneously giving him his money for his hired muscle. It doesn't really matter. I'll work out a situation where you can play this resistance ring. Take one off the top. I mean, why don't you do that, right? Like you, let's see here. R2D2 into bartering special. Force the draw. Get a money. You play resistance. Discard the other card in the deck. Then you roll out Anakin. Russell. Yeah, I think that works. Like, I think your failure state there is having to no answer for one card. I think that's the failure state. I mean, this is just a long, convoluted way at this point. Without that bartering special, this is a long, convoluted way to make David discard one card. But we'll see if he recognizes the threat that the resistance ring has. May as well re-roll that Niman die. It's that focus. Oh, yep, there we go. Bartering anyway. There's the chain. David calling it. All right. Well played to both of these gentlemen. Laura reigns supreme in the Mill match. That was 2 games done in under an hour. So I don't want to hear shit about anybody going to time. I hate it. If a Mill match doesn't go to time, nobody should go to time. But yeah, that was season 14, season 15 starting up today actually. So get in on that. Hit up the Discord for details there. Yeah, I think the next time I'll have some league videos up. Will be just coming up before holidays. I think it'll be the second week of December by the time. Oh, this was season 13. By the time season 14, top 8 stuff starts getting posted. So, safe travels. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.